So, since I love telling stories, I'm going to tell you a story of my experience of astral traveling, astral projected. You asked me if I ever astral projected. So, there was a phase in my life where I was nerding out and doing as much research as I possibly could. This was almost 9 years ago when I've had my first experience. And I read something that says if you want to experience a out of body experience, then go to bed at night super thirsty and leave a full glass of water like across your room. So then when you go to sleep, your body will come out of its body and walk to that glass of water, because subconsciously you know that the water is across the room. All you need to do is just walk there. But your physical body can't walk there if it's sleeping, so your astral body walks there. I've tried this for weeks on weeks on weeks, and nothing happened. I didn't experience anything. But then when I stopped trying so hard with all the advice and knowledge that was given to me, I've actually decided to meditate with crystals in my palms. And I told myself, do not let go of these crystals. I believe it was an amethyst at the time, because amethyst is all about like third eye and higher power. Just, I was experimenting, and also I heard about sleeping with a pack of mugwort underneath your pillow. I'm super into the dream realms. So that was my actual first time with astral projection, is holding on to these crystals, laying on my back, telling myself no matter how uncomfortable I get or how much I want to let go of these crystals, I will not let go of the crystals. So I go to sleep and I bring my gaze up to my third eye center. No expectations, and I didn't even have an intention. I just wanted to have my own experience, but no expectation, because it hasn't happened for weeks. And then I remember a long, long time ago, I've had this experience that I came out of my body and I hovered up, and I was already sleeping on the second story floor of the place that I lived in California. And I could see my own body sleeping. And every time in my dreams, I never see myself. Never do I see myself. I always see my hands, or I see myself as this awareness behind the eyes experiencing the world. But this was the very first time that I saw my body sleeping, and the room was exactly the same as how it was in my real world. And that was really freaky, and I was very ungrounded at the time. I didn't really know how to calm myself down. So it kind of was a not so good experience. But what I remember is when I lifted up out of my body, I looked around the room, I looked at myself sleeping, and then I kind of started to panic because I started falling down. And when my body was falling down above my real body, I just kept falling and falling, and it was infinite falling. Like I was falling off of a skyscraper. So I got really freaked out, and I didn't try any sort of astral projection again because I didn't really get the point of it. And I think I was just in it for the experience. But I met this sister, and we were talking about it one day, and she told me to always set an intention, and your intention will ground you. Instead of going into this spiritual experience blindly, have an intention and ask your higher self what you want to find answers to, or what you want clarity on, or why you want this experience, right? So if you're experimenting and doing more research about it, I recommend just setting an intention, because it can come at you and surprise you and freak you out. And I had like the sleep paralysis after that too, where I couldn't wake up from falling. It took me so long to wake myself up to that infinite falling off the skyscraper and never landing on the ground. It was like this intense anticipation to like, when am I gonna fall or die or whatever? When am I gonna get back into this body? Because it can feel so ungrounded to get out of this body. and not feel it. And then in certain parts of meditation, I've gotten to that point where slowly my left foot would levitate. That will be a story for another time. But yeah, it was pretty freaky.